Guys, welcome back and welcome to this model on the business growth model. Now, again, it doesn't matter whether you are a therapist who works offline or whether you work online or whether you have a course or an e-course or a coaching program. This is the fundamental things that you need to be focusing on. There's not a whole lot of numbers that you need to really focus on in your business, but these ones are key. If you track these, okay, and they are going in the right direction, your business is going in the right direction. Okay, there's a lot of other things you might need at certain stages, but for now, these are some of the key things that you need, all right, to focus on your business. So, what we're going to be talking about here are leads, conversions, sales, service, testimonies. All right, we're going to be talking about each of those briefly. Leads, okay, leads are the lifeblood of your business, all right. And a lead is basically whenever anybody messages you, whenever they call your clinic, whenever anyone sends you an email if you're online, sends you a DM, sends you a message on Instagram, gets in touch with you, okay, that is a lead. So a lead is a person putting up their hand, reaching out and saying, hey, I'm interested in your services. I like your content. I'm interested in working with you a bit more. That's all a lead is, okay? Now, what's really important is that you're tracking where your leads are coming from. So do you know exactly where your leads are coming from? Do you know how many leads each month you're getting? And are those leads good or bad leads? So for example, let's say if I have an e-course and it's helping runners to run faster and it's aimed at people who want to shave 5 minutes off their 10K time. All right. If I have a load of marathon runners getting in touch for me or getting in touch with me, are those good leads for my business? No. Okay, they're not, because they're not my dream client. They're not the people I really want to work with. So I probably won't be able to serve them that well. Right. And the same thing in your business. Whoever your target service is, or whoever your service is catered for, that's why you should be messaging to that person. Because let's say you're helping people to get rid of their back pain, right? And you keep getting messages, keep getting leads about knee pain, then there's a problem with your messaging there because you're not attracting the right people. So the leads are just the people who get in touch with you, putting their hand up and saying, hey, I'm interested in working with you a bit more. Now, you're better off, okay, having a whole lot less leads that are really well qualified than having a whole lot of leads that don't convert. So what I mean by that, if you said to me, I only get 5 leads every month, all right, but I convert 4 of them, in terms of 4 of them become paying clients, versus I get 100 leads every month and only one of those actually works with me, I would say that person who only gets 5 but converts 4 at 80%, they're going to have a really much more successful business in a year's time, all right. So versus the person who gets 100 leads, okay, but only converts one of them into a paying client. So your leads are literally the lifeblood of your business, all right? And if you don't have a way of tracking your leads, okay, you don't have a way of tracking the growth of your business. So if you're depending on just a GP referral or word of mouth referrals, that's great, but you have no way of tracking that. It's a bit like if you're just putting random content out on social media every day and then somebody rings you up. You don't, unless you are crystal clear on what post or what process calls them to take action and get in touch with you, it's a bit of a nightmare, because it's a bit like going on a beer session, having 7 pints and thinking it must have been the 7 pints, but in reality, you're not really sure which pint it was that set you over the edge. Okay, so you need to know where your leads are coming from. Okay, and you need to be tracking your leads. All right, and it's always better. So if your content is more specific to one person, you're going to get people getting in touch with you who are your dream client. So conversions then, okay, conversion just means the amount of those leads that you get that you convert into paying customers. That's all it is, all right? And this might be that if you're an offline clinic, the amount of phone calls that you get and that you convert to those people coming into your clinic in the next week. If you're online, how do you maybe, when that person gets in touch with you initially, how do you convert them into working with you online? So your conversions, okay, is just measuring the amount of your leads that you get in that you convert to working with you. All right. And you're always aiming for your conversion percentage to be a little bit higher. Now, if you're running cold traffic, so if you're running paid ads on Facebook advertising or something like that, okay, a really good conversion rate on a lead then might be anywhere from 5 to 10%, okay, which is the reality of advertising. Whereas if a person maybe has heard of you from somebody else, they might be much more likely to work with you. So you're going to have a higher conversion rate there. which leads us on to your sales. So your sales really is just that when a person, okay, it's a lot linked in with your conversions. When a person does reach out to you, what's your sales copy in terms of how do you maybe tell a person or convince a person that you're the best person to work with, okay? Do you have a screening questionnaire? Do you get on a phone call and speak to that person? Okay, if you do you have a script that you use? If there's someone else in your business, like a secretary answering a phone, do you have a script that they use? Okay, so your sales copy are just the words that you use to help a person to work with you. All right, and your sales copy without something sleazy or anything like that. If your content has done its job, all right, this person should already be pretty keen to work with you, and your sales copy is just like the cherry on top of the icing, telling them that you are, and this isn't you saying you're the best in the world. It's you saying how you can help them to get the best result that they want. All right, if you're getting loads of leads and you're not converting any of them, you need to check out your sales copy. All right, and then your service, okay, your service is what you offer to a person. All right, if you're online and you have one specific niche audience or one dream client, you should be building your whole service to give them one brilliant result. All right, and when it comes to service, you need to be thinking of how you can streamline it and how you can make the model scalable. All right, so this is the beauty of online. You can scale up a course or a service. Think of franchises, okay, like Starbucks or McDonald's, or Domino's, okay? All of these are scalable in terms of you never see the guy who owns the place in making the food. They just build out a process that gives them a result, and they want a really similar result every single time. So let's say if you are thinking of adding a coaching program or a course now, what result does that give? All right, and how can you maybe streamline that process over time so it just gives a perfect outcome and that you can get away from doing things? So people have this idea, the more time they put in, the better something's going to be. It's not always the case. So an example, let's say if you're in an offline clinic, okay, and you see a person and you're the person who's sending all the emails after, and you're the person who's creating the exercise program, and you forget to send that one day, okay, that's trust broken with that client forever. So can you create a service now, or can you create some way where that's just done for you automatically, in terms of maybe you hire a virtual assistant and you say, here's exactly what to do. This is your job now. I'm going to focus on working with people. That's what I'm really good at. So it's important to be figuring out in your business how you can improve your service so it makes gives you more time to work on the things that you want to do. All right. So it's really, really important. And you're thinking of your service, what person are you giving a brilliant result to? Okay, and once you do that, okay, once you get a person to have a brilliant result, you get testimonies. And it's important just to consider, how do you ask for testimonies? So do you just say to a person at the end, hey, look, you've got a really good result, can I have a testimony? For us, we teach people there's a way to do this, okay, without sounding sleazy or salesy. And again, we offer them something in return for it. We incentivize them to give us a testimony. We make it worth their while for them to give us a testimony, okay? Maybe you're dependent on referrals in terms of word of mouth referrals, and that's okay. So testimonies are good. Let's say if you work with busy triathletes, all right, and you have a course, or maybe you work with them in your clinic and you have a course online to help them with their program, who are they going to hang around with at the weekends? Other busy triathletes. If they get a great result with you, who are they going to tell about it? They're going to talk about you. They're going to say, hey, I worked with that coach Mike and he was brilliant for me, and other triathletes then are going to get in touch with me. Okay, so testimonies and referrals are really good because those leads, it's social proof. They've already heard it from somebody they trust. So because they've heard it from somebody they trust, they automatically trust me now. All right. And then all you do is you just repeat this cycle. Okay. So let's go through this again. Leads are how people start a conversation with you. Conversions are how much of those conversations you convert to paying clients, where you make a sale, provide a service, get a testimony, and repeat. You should be tracking these numbers, okay, monthly in your business. All right. If these numbers are growing, your business will be growing. Okay. So couple of key points here, okay, is you need to start getting clear on how you're getting these leads and maybe how you're converting them and how you're getting those testimonies. All right. Hope that video helped. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is how you can grow your email list. All right. And that's really important because that gives you free traffic source.